Hey, it's Mark Lanier with your video thought for the day on finding strength during difficult times. Now, sometimes life hits us with challenges that can feel even too heavy to bear. Maybe you're facing that now. Maybe there's a situation that just seems almost impossible. It might be a health crisis, a broken relationship, troublesome finances. It may just be pure exhaustion. But when we're at our weakest point, we have an assurance that God, who speaks directly into our hearts, has something of value to tell us. And the scripture that I often turn to in times like this is found in the Old Testament prophet Isaiah in chapter 41. And verse 10 says in that, "So do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand." Now, I want you to notice in here that God makes four incredible promises in this single verse. The first promise is, "I am with you." And I love that because before anything else, God assures his people that he's present. Now, this is the God who was at the Red Sea and parted it for Israel. This is the God who was with Daniel in the lion's den. This is the God who was with David when he slew Goliath. And this God says, you are not alone in your struggle because God is with you right now. Whenever now is, God is with you. He is the present tense. Which brings me to the second promise. Wrapped into this verse is a second promise that says, "I am your God." This is personal. God's not just some distant cosmic force. He's not some computer program. He's not just some concept. He's a personal God who is your God. And if you think about that, it's huge. The creator of the universe is claiming you as his own. Third promise. He says, "I will strengthen you and help you." Now, my brain thinks visually, and I'm going back to when my kids were learning how to ride a bike. And I'd put them on the bike. They'd be a little scared. They'd be excited. I'd put one hand on the steering wheel, and I'd put the other hand back on the seat. Let's see if I can get them there. Back on the seat. And as they started to ride, I could let go of the steering wheel, but I'd hold on to the seat, and I'd be running after or with them right alongside. Even after I'd let go of the seat when they were pedaling, I'd stay right there so if they fell, I could grab them. And that's the presence of God with us in these times of difficulty. When he says, "I will strengthen you and help you," he doesn't just offer us sympathy. He actually comes alongside us and he's ready to catch us should we fall. That brings my fourth point. The fourth thing he says is, "I'll uphold you with my righteous right hand." Now, in biblical Hebrew thought, the right hand was symbolic of God's ultimate power and authority. And he's bringing that to you and to me. When we can't stand any longer, he says, "I will hold you up." So let's talk application for just a quick second. I would urge you to do something. Write down the challenge you're facing right now, and under it, write these four promises, but make them personal. Write down, "God is with me." Write down, "He is my God." Write down, "He will strengthen me." And then write down, "He will uphold me." Put it where you can find it. And as your problems and issues continue to plague your mind, pull it out and read it out loud. And watch God build in you his strength in times of crisis. That's why I've made this your video thought for today.